Hey ladies, so I am back to make a quick update. Excuse me, I'm looking down, but it's because my baby girl is there drinking her milk and looking at me, and she might be making some noises that might require my attention, so I apologize in advance. But today I am 7 DPO. For those that don't know what DPO means, is days past ovulation. So I'm halfway through my 2-week wait. Usually my 2-week, I have a luteal phase of 14 days. So yeah, that makes me halfway there. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like a little bit like brain scattered here. As of right now, I haven't had much symptoms, except that at a 4 DPO I noticed an increase of creamy white cervical mucus, and it was kind of, I would say, that kind of like wet feeling. It wasn't really thick, it wasn't loose, it was just creamy and white and kind of watery, I would say. And the reason I checked was because usually I check my cervical position every now and then. I don't do it all the time. It's just sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And like, let's say if I ovulated last month and I checked it at 4 DPO, I check it again at 4 DPO this month and see what happens. I know it's not really a sign of anything, or it's not gonna really tell me anything of anything at all, but I just like to check and be aware of my body and what it does, because I've learned for the past few months that right before AF arrives, I check my cervix, and I can only get literally when I'm ovulating, my finger can go up to the second line here of my finger. That's how high my cervix gets, and sometimes it gets higher. But when my AF is about to arrive, I can just only get the tip of my finger in my vagina, and I can feel my uterus. Not my uterus, sorry, my cervical, my cervix. So that I learned in a few months, so that's why I check. And then the other thing I had is from 4 DPO to now, I've been gassy. More so at night. When I'm laying in bed, which is the worst time that I can get it, because I don't, excuse me, TMI, I don't have enough time to run out of my bed and, you know, go to the bathroom and do what I have to do. And my husband gets upset at me, but like I tell him, you know, I can't. On my side of the bed, my side of the room, I have my son's co-sleeper right next to me, and then on the other side of the bed is my daughter's co-sleeper also, because they sleep with us in our room. Well, she doesn't have a co-sleeper, she has more like a bassinet, and sometimes we put her on that side of the bed, or we put her rock and play in that side of the bed and lay her there for a little bit. So it's kind of hard trying to like jump out of bed and running to the bathroom, although the bathroom is like right outside of my room, right in the hallway. But besides that, besides the gas, yesterday at 6 DPO, I had cramps in the afternoon for about 2 hours, and there were like these dull kind of AF cramps. They were really dull, but they kind of felt like AF cramps. It was like weird. It was like a weird cramping. It lasted about 2 hours, like on and off for 2 hours. Then after that, they went away, and I really haven't had cramps. This morning I had a little bit of cramps, but I mean, I think if I wasn't paying attention to my body, I would not notice. I'm trying my hardest not to symptom spot, because that's the worst thing you can do in the 2-week wait. I mean, it's just the worst thing you can do, because you think about it so much that you trick your body into thinking that it's actually pregnant, and it might not be the case, and it just sets you up for disappointment. I did tell you guys that I have, you know, I did show you guys that I have tons of pregnancy tests, and if I wanted to start testing early, I could have, but you know, the more I analyze it, the more I've just decided that I'm not gonna, because I don't want to put myself through disappointment. It's just, I mean, I want to test the day before AF is due, which is the 20th. I did tell you guys the 21st is my husband's birthday, so I'll test the day before and, you know, take it from there. I don't want to test early, because then I don't want to be bummed out, and just, you know, at least if I test the day before and it's negative, I know that AF is coming, and I just prep for her. But besides that, you know, there's not much I can do. So right now I have 30 day cycles. I'm unlocking my phone because I'm trying to see where exactly am I at. And my app tells me, I have a few apps, that I'm on cycle day 24. But when I open up my app, I don't know if you guys are going to see this, it says 7 days till AF. And this app is called the Period Tracker app. And you can see it says, you know, period just started, tap here, you tap there, and it records it. And then it has a period log. And then my cycles, my first cycle after I gave birth to my daughter was in January 20th 2015. The following February 20th 2015, that brought me to a 31-day cycle. Then March 23rd 2015, that brought me to another 31-day cycle. And then April 21st 2015, that brought me to a 29-day cycle. And I actually ovulated 2 days early. That's why I had a 29-day cycle that cycle. But average, my cycles are about 30 days. And, you know, that's pretty much. In this app also, I like this app because this one is really accurate. So when I'm going to ovulate, the full blooming flower you guys see there is the day I ovulated, which this predicted I would ovulate that day, and it was actually correct. And it's been correct, you know, just last month I ovulated 2 days before, and I believe it's because I was using the maca root. And where you see the hearts is the days that I made love, and then in the bottom on the 21st you see it has a slash right through it. That means I should start my AF then. So just hoping she stays away. And then I'm just only sharing these apps with you guys just in case if you guys are looking for an app to use. But one of the ones I've been using and I really do like, my daughter's staring at me, is the Ovia app. This app, I love it. It's off by a day, I believe, but it's really good. I mean, at the top it says alert, be sure you enter your data. When you are in your fertile window, it does tell you make sure you have sex today, or when you are in your fertile window, it also tells you make sure you take an OPK today. And it tells you my cycle day 24th, and I am in my late luteal because I'm halfway through. And then it says 6 days into pregnancy test, which is saying that I can test a day before my AF is due. And then 22 days into fertile window, and then it also tells me I have a fertility score 1.5. And you can see the fertility score there. The way that works is it gives you a score every day of your cycle. And once you get to 10.0, it goes from all the way from 1.0 all the way to 10.0. Once you get to 10.0, usually that's the day before you ovulate, which you tend to be really fertile. And then the next day it drops to 9.5, and then it keeps on dropping and dropping and dropping. The lower the score, obviously, the less likely you are to get pregnant. So yeah, those are the things that I've been using, and they seem to kind of help me track everything very well and get an idea of what to expect. Excuse me. I've been very thirsty also. The gym I go to, my husband get me these, the City Blends. They're protein shakes, and usually I substitute a meal for those. They're very like good. I have one, it's called Get Your Peanuts Here, and it's peanut and chocolate, and it has like a weight loss pack, and it has a whole bunch of stuff in it, which is very good for you. And I love those. Besides that, there's not really much else going on. I really wanted to make a video because I'm like, I'm halfway through my 2-week wait, and in reality it's like, I don't know if to go crazy or what, because I don't want a symptom spot, first of all. And I do use the it's not the Baby Bump app, it's, I'm trying to, sorry. Oh, okay. I use Pink Pad Pro, and this is the way mine looks. And it also says 7 days till our next period. The next period is due on 5/21, and my next fertile days are 6/1 through 6/7. So that's what I've been using. And that one, it kind of, I try not to use it a lot because there's forums on there, and sometimes it could just get crazy. So that's it for now. I think I'll come back on when I do. I might just do a live pregnancy test. I'm not sure yet, but I might. And if I do, I'll upload it. if I don't do a live pregnancy test, I'll get back on here and tell you guys my results for the cycle. So I guess I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.